taking love, I will come for you for sure. If we're caught in a wave, I will carry over. It don't matter where you are, I'll run to your front door. When my head goes in different directions, you know my heart's never on the move. And in the dark times, you don't have to question if I'm on where we are. You could put an ocean between our love, love, love. It won't keep us apart. You could build a wall, I will run it up, 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 just to get to your heart. If we're caught in a wave, maybe we'll make a way. You could put an ocean between our love, love, love. It won't keep us apart. Shadows play on idle hands. I lose myself, I do. But I find my way to velvet sands. I'll crash right into you. If we're caught in a wave, I will carry you over. It don't matter where we are, you're still the one I choose. When my head goes in different directions, you know my heart's never on the move. And in the dark times, you don't have to question if I'm on where we are. You could put an ocean between our love, love, love. It won't keep us apart. You could build a wall, I will run it up, 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 just to get to your heart. If we're caught in a wave, maybe we'll make a way. You could put an ocean between our love, love, love. It won't keep us apart. You could put an ocean between our love, love, love. It won't keep us apart. You could build a wall, I will run it up, 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 just to get to your heart. If we're caught in a wave, maybe we'll make a way. You could put an ocean between our love, love, love. It won't keep us apart.
Somebody turned the lights out on you, made you feel like they didn't want you, left you in the shadows of a broken truth. I know it seems like your world is caving, like you're never gonna be the same, and right now your heart's on midnight blue. You know the darkest nights make the brightest stars. I know it's hard to see it from where you are. Don't give up on love, you've come too far. You know the darkest nights make the brightest stars, the brightest stars. Sometimes this life gets a little bit crazy. No one said it was gonna be easy. Just take a deep breath and let it all go. 'Cause in the end it'll be okay. The sun's gonna come up and shine on a new day. So keep your head held high and always know make the brightest stars. Somebody turned the lights out on you, made you feel like they didn't want you.
Take a look around me, taking pages from a magazine. Been looking for the answers ever since we were 17. You know the truth can be a weapon to fight this world of ill intentions. A new answer to the same question: how many times will you learn the same lesson? I think they got it all wrong. We just gotta hold on and on and on and on. 'Cause we're gonna be legends, gonna get their attention. What we're doing here ain't just scary, it's about to be legendary. Yeah, we're gonna be legends, gonna teach them all a lesson. Got this feeling in our souls we carry, and it's about to be legendary. This is what we came for, and we couldn't want it anymore. We could never turn back now, got to leave it all on the floor. Been dreaming of the payoff, through the struggles and the trade-offs. Fighting tooth and nail on the way up. Tell them the truth, but they think it's just made up. And I think they got it all wrong. We just gotta hold on and on and on and on. 'Cause we're gonna be legends, gonna get their attention. What we're doing here ain't just scary, it's about to be legendary. Yeah, we're gonna be legends, gonna teach them all a lesson. Got this feeling in our souls we carry, it's about to be legendary. Eventually they're gonna know who's right. To make a stand you got to win the fight. Can't stand the heat and just the afterlife, or you might never make it out alive. You gotta live without a compromise. Let everybody hear your battle cry. Yeah, we're gonna be legends, gonna get their attention. What we're doing here ain't just scary, it's about to be legendary. Yeah, we're gonna be legends, gonna teach them all a lesson. Got this feeling in our souls we carry, it's about to be legendary. Hey! Oh, oh. Legends.
Screenwriter and director Noah Baumbach returns with White Noise. Based on the novel by Don DeLillo, White Noise is an absurdist comedy about a family grappling with love, death, and an airborne toxic event. Starring Academy Award nominees Adam Driver, Greta Gerwig, and Don Cheadle. White Noise is now on Netflix. Rated R, under 17, requires accompanying parent or adult guardian.
Look at you, listening to Spotify while you do whatever it is you're doing. That's exactly why it makes sense to promote your business here. Yeah, your business. Whether you have 2 employees or 2,000, your voice can reach as broad or as narrow of an audience as you need, and connect with them where visual media can't. Try it today at adstudio.spotify.com or tap the banner to learn more.
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. You're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. When my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. And if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, what you've done to me, what you've done to me. You make me feel so good inside, good inside. And I just wanna be close to you. You make me feel so alive. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel.
All right. Welcome everyone to the Collective Sunday live stream. It's so good to have you all here. Can you hear me now? Oh, wait, can we hear me now? Are we live? Are we live on this Collective live stream? Can you guys hear me here on TikTok? I see someone said hair loss podcast. Hair loss podcast. I don't know exactly what that meant, but it gave me a good laugh. On a day where it's good to have a laugh. Still no sound? No sound. Oh my goodness gracious. Are we talking about on TikTok or on YouTube? Let me go ahead and see. Let me know on TikTok if that's helping or not. And let's just confirm on YouTube if you guys can hear me. Okay, did that help? Oh, we're good. We're good. All right. Welcome. Wow, that would have been an interesting live stream if there was no sound at all. Goodness gracious. I was trying to tease you guys a little bit because the music was really loud, and so I was like trying to make an epic entrance. And then, it just turns out Mercury wanted to mess with us a little bit. So that's okay. I was saying I thought it was pretty funny. Someone on TikTok had said hair loss podcast. Hair loss podcast. Like, we're going to be talking about how to not lose your hair, I think is what this person meant. But I just wanted to shout that person out. That gave me a really good laugh. How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome to your New Year's 2023 and beyond. My name is Brandon Tobias. It's so great to have you here. And I want to open tonight with a quick story, if you guys are okay with it. But first of all, before we even get into that, how are you guys? Happy New Year. Hi. Hello. Happy Sunday. And okay, good. We got people confirming they can hear us on YouTube and on TikTok. Good. We're live. We have sound. Thank the Lord we have sound. All right. Sound is always the first thing to go with me for some time. But how are you guys? Please share in the chat. Please share in the chat one fucking amazing thing. Sorry for my French. I think I'm going to get this video banned early ahead of time. One fucking amazing thing that is going on in your life right now. And I'm going to start one thing, okay, right now, if it's okay with you guys. And that is that I have the opportunity right now to be in front of you guys here on this Sunday. I was not going to go live. Paula knows, you can ask her. Alden knows, you can ask him, my little doggy. I told them I was not going to go live. And then something happened. And this thing that happened completely changed the theme or the energy of the night for me. It completely changed the way I was looking at things. And I want to share that story with you really quickly. So I was showering and I was watching some TV shows with Paula and we were having an amazing time. And I had this feeling throughout the day that, I did need to go live and that, it was time, like, right? I said, I'm going to be going live every Sunday, and sometimes, you guys have those things where you're like, you should be doing it, that maybe that it's a good thing positively for your life, but you're kind of like, man, I just really don't feel like it. I'm really just not in that mood. I'm really just not in that energy right now. And I just need some time off. I just need some time to rest. I just need some time to recuperate. And you get into your head and you start saying these things, and they keep coming to you, and you start to justify it. And I'm not saying people don't need rest, right? Because I'm totally an advocate of that. But sometimes when you know that you need to do something, but you don't want to do it, it's very easy sometimes to kind of get in your head and to justify why you're not doing that thing that's uncomfortable for you. And in this case, it was going live today. And, I'll just be upfront, but, we'd gone through a very difficult situation this morning when it comes to finances. And we were very surprised about that. And we just went through it. And I will never forget, Paula came out of her meditation today, and she said, I don't care what the fuck they are doing. Sorry again for my French, those you guys. I don't care what the fuck they are doing, but you can't let that stop you from doing what you need to do, from being what you need to be. You can't let money or any other theme in your life discourage you from being who you are, doing what you came here to do. For Source, for God, for Jesus Christ, for whoever it is you believe in, you cannot let obstacles and darkness and interferences and resistances get in your way. And sometimes we help it along the way, right? We give it fuel to the fire. We go, yeah, I am pretty tired, or, it has been a rough day, but I want to share something that really changed the game for me. And, it's going to make me a little emotional. I haven't even told Paula yet. She's like, she probably's like, why are you even going live? But I was in the bathroom and I was, I was doing something, and I look at my phone, and it's like 8:00 at this time, and I had no plans of going live. And one of my favorite gaming streamers, his name is Asmongold. Those of you guys who knows Asmongold, you know who he is, but he's a gaming streamer. He's well known on Twitch. And I just love this guy. He talks about world topics. He's a gamer. He just is who he is. And I really look up to him. He's got like millions and millions of followers. He's someone I aspire to be in my own way, of course, right? Paving my own road. And I saw him pop on to his YouTube live. His Twitch live. I saw him pop on and turn on his live stream at 8:00 at night on a Sunday evening on New Year's. And then about 5 to 10 minutes after that, I saw another one of the streamers that I look up to. His name is Ludwig. He's actually a YouTuber. This is a YouTuber, gaming YouTuber. And he goes live on his stream. And he's also someone I look up to be. And man, in that moment, did it just hit me that, man, you got to go live as well too. You have to go live. Getting chills. I say you have to go live as well too. Because if they can do it at 8 o'clock on a Sunday on New Year's, and just have no excuse of, oh, it's too late, or, oh, we're already settled in for the night, or, oh, we're already doing these things. I have to do that as well. Not for me, but because what he did for me by just popping on and streaming was the inspiration that I needed to get on here and to stream as well and to bring this energy to the collective for whatever reason, right? I don't know why I'm on. I don't know exactly what we're going to talk about. I have a couple ideas. But that was the stimulus I needed. And so what the message here is, the first message I have for everyone is, God works miracles through other people in your life, including you. And you have an opportunity as well, sometimes in life, when God calls you to act, that's not because of you, it's because of other people that he wants you to inspire, that he wants you to step up for. God rarely speaks directly, if ever, to people. Sometimes people claim he does. But in my opinion, it's more often than not that he's actually speaking to people. Or he speaks through people. And people act in a godlike manner or through God to give you a message. So that is the reason that I'm on tonight at all. And I just wanted to share that with everyone because everyone here on this live stream as well, right? Whatever that is that you feel, hey, I can't do it, or I don't feel like doing it, but I know I should. I know, people need me, and I know that this is the thing I'm meant to do. Well, it's time. It's time. Not for you, but for the people waiting that are going to have their lives seriously impacted by you. And you know who I'm talking about as well. You know who I'm talking about. Okay? You guys, I know you guys on here have amazing gifts, have amazing talents, amazing gifts, amazing things to share, amazing things to be. Don't do it just for you. Do it for the people who are ready to be impacted by you, that God wants you to impact through his word, his energy, his light. Yeah? Okay. So let this be a message. If you're stalling on something, if there's something that you haven't done quite yet that you need to do because this is a message for you, God is asking you, then go do it. Please go do it. Please go do it. This is my favorite to ask of you guys. If you guys enjoy tonight's content, if you guys enjoy these messages coming through at this time, do me a favor, do us a favor, right? And do the thing. Do the thing, whatever that is, because that is how you change the world, okay? Because I want to be practical. I know that we have a lot of practical people. Who's my Virgos out there? Do we have any Virgos out there? Or I'll take Virgo Venuses as well. We have any Virgos out there? Because I know you value practicality. All right, I know you like Brandon. You get way out there sometimes. So can we just have it in a practical way? Can we know what that? Okay. So I want to break it down in a practical way. There's a lot of confusion sometimes with how to be you in your soul purpose, like how to show up in your soul purpose, how to do or find or how to be. And there's a very simple solution to this, and I just figured this out tonight, and I want to share this with you guys. I may have figured it out a while ago, but I want to share it with you guys tonight if you're watching this. Very special night, by the way. And the title is called Persistence is Key, and we'll get into the reason why I decided to channel that or name it that. There's two things that are involved in being in your true soul purpose. Number one is getting to the root inside of yourself and discovering who you are. Doing the emotional work, okay, on a daily basis, or just spending enough time with yourself so you are very secure and very much in love with who you are. That's number one. That's first and foremost the most important thing that I can share. And this is an amazing time to do that. Mercury retrograde just started. Technology's going crazy and haywire. Thank God. God allowed us to speak at least this time with Mercury retrograde. But by doing the emotional work and going within and allowing yourself to feel and allowing yourself to express and getting to a place of pure, unadulterated beingness where there is nothing between you and your absolute true essence of being. Not doing, but I'm saying just you existing. When you are fully just able to exist as you are, and then you show up in that way when you are called to, and you practice as you are showing up in that way, being more and more and more true to who you are. It's a very difficult journey. It's a very hard thing to do. But if you can do that, I promise you massive success. Massive success. And I'm saying this on faith as well because it's a journey that I'm still going through as well. But I just feel in my heart to share. If you get to the practice of learning how to be you, which sometimes requires being alone, sometimes requires taking some time off, yeah? And isolating, right? How many of you guys feel a little isolated from society or from other people right now? Maybe not physically, but emotionally or physically as well. Sometimes it requires that. And then once we get to the root of that and we feel good within ourselves and we love ourselves and we've taken the actions in our own personal life that will allow us to continue to be able to love ourselves fully, which means being right with ourselves, which means being authentic and real and honest with ourselves. If if there's a change we need to make in our life to make us feel more in love or happy with ourselves, we have to make it. Or we will never be able to feel fully satisfied with who we are or honor the love that we have for ourselves. That's number one. And number two is just showing up at the place that shows up for you. Showing up at the place that shows up for you as your authentic self. As your authentic self. And I promise you, those listening, that right there will show you the way. That right there will show you the way. Those two steps, I'll break it down really simply. And life is just an ever-continuous, ever-growing journey to becoming more and more and more of you. That's it. Life is just, and the more you go, the more you step. You have to ask yourself, am I being me right now? Okay, I kind of did something, or I felt compelled to be something else, or I felt compelled to do something that I want to do. Maybe I had a fear of responsibility come up, or I had a fear of money come up. How many guys have done what you needed to do, and you've been responsible about it? Or you've worked something, you've done something you didn't want to do, and you still didn't end up having enough. Or it still didn't end up being what you thought it was going to be, or what you needed it to be, or pay the bills fully, or give you the security you were looking for. Let me see a raise of hands. Because we're coming into a time right now in society, truly, and I mean this with everything in my heart, where the more we try and do outside of ourselves, the more we try and be something else, the less we are able to get, the less we are able to enjoy and be and experience and attract abundance as well. That's the truth. The more we try and do something else, the less abundance is attracted to us. And so we end up going on this roller coaster, right, of do in another direction outside of. We go the opposite way. When life is a journey of coming back inside and really seeing and being and falling in love with who we are and practicing that on a daily basis, and then practicing how to show up as that, which, by the way, is a whole nother journey, because it's hard to show up here in the public stage and still be me. It's very hard. Those of you guys who know, right, do public speaking, it's hard. But instead we go the opposite way, and we try and run away from who we are to meet a certain set of needs. Maybe that's money, maybe that's bills, maybe that's this or that. Maybe that's security, maybe that's something we thought we needed to do from our parents. And I'll tell you what, it never ends up being enough. And if you are going through a period of time in your life where you feel like you are not meeting your needs, or the society around you, or a job, or your way of being is not meeting your needs, I invite you to take a look at all of the things you are putting your energy into that are not you. And myself as well. All of the things you are putting your energy into that is not truly you. And then I invite you to go, if I was truly me in this moment in time and I had to show up, what would that be? What would that be? And you might feel a bunch of feelings. You might feel super scared, like I do sometimes. Because sometimes I show up, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say. Maybe I should have a script. Maybe I should have a direction. Maybe I should have this or that. Those things are helpful, yeah. Or maybe I could actually trust that just being me is enough. And that's hard to do. But what I've realized through the journey is that that is what provides for you. That is what will provide for you even more moving forward. Trust me when I say this. Because it shouldn't be a surprise as I say this. This is not political. This is not doomsday. It shouldn't be a surprise to see that society or the structures that humans have created all around us in every sector of life is falling apart. It's falling completely apart. Do you know why? Because we, all of us, are sick of doing things outside of what we are and then still not having what we need to be happy and enjoy our life. That's the reason why. That's why we're sick of it. Yeah? Who can relate? Yeah? Can anyone relate to this? Is anyone sick of that? Okay? This whole society that we're existing in right now was just a big-ass test. It was just a big-ass test. And I'll tell you what the test was that God designed for us. Okay? Sometimes I feel like we're his little lab rats. Like he's like, hey, let me put these humans through this experiment and see if they figure it out. Oh, not this time? All right, let's just restart the clock. Let's just rewind back and see if they can get it this eternity around. No. This whole society was a test to see if we could realize that the key to success, the key to abundance, money, safety, security, and happiness, and peace, and joy, and love lies within, as opposed to doing without. So he created all these structures around us to force us with outside of ourselves, to force us to do, to force us to excessively do, to force us to say yes or bow down to others outside of us who have no authority or no sovereignty outside of us. I'm talking about bosses. I'm talking about, in some cases, policemen, although they do a great job, but policemen. I'm talking about judges. I'm talking about lawyers. I'm talking about insurance. I'm talking about everything. These people, right, that have no real sovereignty, no real jurisdiction over you, right, as a divine human being. You realize they really don't, they don't have control over you unless you hurt someone, unless you kill someone, unless you on purpose hurt someone. They don't really have control over you. Like you are not born into this world to be obligated to pay your parking ticket for an arbitrary law that some person designed and said you can't park there, otherwise you get a ticket. You voluntarily pay those things because you want to avoid the consequences that humans created, but you are not by sovereign law, by God's law, obligated to do or participate within any of that. And the thing is, many people are waking up to that particular truth and saying, why are we still putting up with this when we just want to be? We just want to be and enjoy and live in harmony. Right? Why do you think, van life is gaining so much popularity? It's so important because it allows people to just experience true beingness. It allows people to just experience living off the grid in that way. And so anyways, coming back to it, it's always been the case, but more so moving forward from here on out, that if you can practice every single day being more and more and more yourself, within yourself and with yourself in your private time, and learn to continuously fall more in love with yourself on a daily basis. And I mean that literally. I don't mean that figuratively. I don't mean like, specifically for us Virgos. I'm not a Virgo, but I have Virgo inside of me. To do things and to say, you know what? I actually, I'm really learning to enjoy my existence as I am, with who I am. I love the fact that I do this. I love the fact that I sleep in till 11 or 12 p.m. sometimes because I want more sleep. I love that about me. I love that I have a different flow with life and that I'm not always responsible, but I have others around me. Thank God for Paula, who can help to clean up after my mess. I love the fact that I've got a few extra pounds on my belly that I wish I could lose, but it's just here. So I love that about me. Yeah. And if you love something about yourself, you become unafraid of showing up as that. And then when you become unafraid of showing up as that, you actually inspire others to do the same. Yeah. You inspire others to do and be the same. Okay. So those are the opening messages. Welcome, welcome. Mama Mia, that's okay. She said I'm not there yet. We're getting there. We're all getting there together. Do you have a favorite book that you have read lately? I have not read many books lately, to be honest with you. One of the books I'm meaning to read again that was one of my absolute favorites is Think and Grow Rich. That's a game changer. Harry Potter, obviously, is a game changer. Aragon, okay. Goodness gracious. Yeah, those are the top ones I can think of. They're really good. So here's what we're going to do today. I want to share that, right? That's just from my heart. But I want to get into 2023 and beyond. I want to get into, some energetic messages of what we're all feeling with the tarot. I want to get into some astrology to see what this year ahead is going to be like, okay? And I want to allow a chance to also talk with you guys and hang out and have a Q&A, okay? And much less a Q&A, right? But more so just hanging out, chatting, okay? Seeing how everyone's doing, okay? Looks like we're gonna need a moderator in the YouTube chat. We got some sex advertisers here, so that's always lovely. But we're gonna go ahead and pass on those for now. All right. And then if there's any other things or topics that you guys want to talk about or you guys feel inclined to talk about today, then let me know. And we can talk about those things. And we can go into them. All right? All right. Gen V says, yes, learn to be okay with who I am and my purpose. The rest is falling away. Awesome. You who shows the way. Hey there. We are so worth it, you, to do the work and find ourselves. South Node Virgo with Esley. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Capricorn Sun, says Angela. Welcome, welcome. Michelle says, Taurus here looking for work and purpose. Beautiful. Good, 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 good. All right. Thanks, Jenbo303. She says, this is exciting. I've missed your messages and lives. Yeah, I've missed being on here with you guys. Thanks so much for your patience. And man, have I been figuring my stuff out. I'm telling you right now. I've been figuring my stuff out. All right. So we're going to be going into the collective messages here. And here's what we're going to be looking for. Okay, here's the goal of these particular messages. I do have the cards on full screen on YouTube. So if you want to check it out on YouTube, my channel's Brandon Tobias on YouTube. And we're going to be getting into some card reading, and we're going to be basically answering the question. We're going to be leaving it up to the guides and angels, and whatever it is this collective needs to know for our greatest and highest good at this particular time, in accordance with our true meaning and our true soul purpose at this time. Okay. Messages that we need to know for our highest and greatest good. And, you know, I expect them to, or I don't, well, I do expect, but I suspect that they will be going a bit out there this time. They want to give us an overview. So let's go ahead and see. So this is collectively. Thank you guys as well, by the way, for liking the live stream. I appreciate it. For all your donations, it really does help support me at this time. So I really do appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get into it. This is the collective soul purpose, highest good, love and life reading. Whatever it is we need to know for 2023 and beyond at this particular moment in time. Guides and angels, loved ones, masters and wise ones, angels and archangels, through the power of unconditional love, who is with us here tonight. Archangel Uriel, thank you for being here. Archangel Ezekiel, I believe, thank you for being here. Mary Magdalene, thank you for being here. Archangel Uriel, Ezekiel, and Mary Magdalene are the three primary guides for tonight. Thank you for being here so much. All right. What are the messages that we have for the collective here at this particular time? Those watching on YouTube as well as TikTok. First card out. 10 of Cups. Never forget what you have. Never forget what you have. Regardless of whether you are in a love situation, you are in a relationship, or you are single, never forget the things to cherish in your life right here in front of you. If that's a kid, if that's a family member, if that's a spouse, girlfriend or boyfriend, a dog, a cat, a dad or a mom, never forget how important those people, this situation, human connection and relationship is to the fabric of your life, to the future of your life. Relationships are the future of your life. Family is the future of your life. The people we care and love and cherish the most are what make life worth living for. And if anything is here to get in the way of that, it must go. Nothing can get in the way of that anymore. That's the first message I have. Hierophant is here. Knight of Pentacles is here. 6 of Swords, 2 Pentacles, and the 8 of Wands. You know, it looks like we are being asked to take it day by day, step by step, to trust in the long journey ahead as time goes on. To trust that day by day, things will figure themselves out. You don't have to figure things out. Let us relieve that for you. You don't have to figure this out by yourself or at all. You just have to surrender. You just have to surrender. And day by day, the process will be revealed as you move along. But you have to continue moving along. That's the word here. That's the message here with the Knight of Pentacles. We have to continue moving along in order for the process to unfold. And so the message here is just on a daily basis, do specific actions that you can do and do no more. Don't do too much. Don't do to excess. Only do what you can and need to do for your own sanity, for your own responsibility, for your own livelihood, and let the rest go. Because the rest is out of our control. The rest is out of your control. And as you do that enough, you will learn how to show up. You will learn how to show up, how you are meant to show up. your brain, what they're telling me is your brain will receive a process of how you're meant to show up if you continuously move forward day by day, step by step, on a daily basis, and allow yourself to show up as you are. You will eventually learn how, and you will be able to provide a definition to that. But right now, there's no definitions to anything. Right now, it's all murky and all in the unknown, and it's all just about trust, and it's all just about moving forward one step at a time. And saying, man, this is hard. Man, this human experience is fucking hard. Man, I did not sign up for all of this. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. But I must continue to show up and know that there is better things on the way. Better things as we move forward over there. Emotionally as well as physically speaking. 2 of Pentacles here with the 8 of Wands. And then eventually, here's how the universe works, generally speaking, right? Sometimes we have to do the heavy lifting first. And right now, we are going to have to do the heavy lifting at this particular time. There's no other way around it, right? I know it kind of sucks sometimes. I know I myself am kind of lazy sometimes. Sometimes you have to do the heavy lifting yourself first, only to then get the speed and momentum and the flow, right, of the universe behind your back. So what the guides are bringing along here is one spiritual principle of saying, if you continue and trust on your journey and you are willing to persist through the hard times, eventually we will give you the wind at your back. But we can't give you the wind at your back if you are stationary. Yes? Yes, this hitting you guys? Can you get this? We can't give you the wind at your back if you are stationary or you are facing the wrong direction, i.e. trying to go and do something that's outside of yourself. No, you have to just stay consistent in one direction as you are, step by step, day by day, right? And eventually the wind will come to your back. So I feel this is the lesson we're all learning right now, myself included, about how to utilize the power of consistency and the power of exponential growth through compounding. Anyone read The Compound Effect? Great book. It's still in my bookshelf. I haven't read it yet. I should probably read that one. 9 of Cups. Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles. So for many of us, it's a simple matter of I can't, and just let me know if I'm reading you guys here correctly, right? I can't show up fully because if I show up fully, there's not going to be any money. Or the words are, I can't do what I feel called to do all the time because I don't feel there's not going to be enough. There's not going to be enough to come to me. And if I just had money or if I just had resources or income coming in, I would be able to do more of what I'm called to do and I would be happy. 9 of Cups. But I can't because I don't currently have fill in the blank X. Maybe you have money, but you don't have the relationship. Or maybe you have the relationship, but you don't have your family close by to you, right? Or maybe you have family close by to you, but you don't have a close friend group, right? There's always something missing right now, okay, that we can look to, that our shadow can look to, that will be the reason for us not fully showing up. And right now is a time to feel invited to show up despite the missing resource. And you got to know, if you're listening to this, that's the resource. Whatever you're missing, that's going to be the thing that pulls at you the most. Yeah? Because God knows. God knows exactly what your button is. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying for me, it's money. That's mine. Okay? But for some of you guys, maybe it's love. Maybe it's family. Maybe it's friends. Maybe it's a job. I don't know what it is, right? But we're being asked to move forward despite having that missing thing in our life, not having enough of that thing, right? And that's trying to get in the way and say, well, you don't have this thing. So you can, well, no. We are being invited to show up despite that. So that we are not, if you feel stuck or hopeless right now, okay, if you've been feeling stuck, me too, by the way, that's why. Because we are letting that one thing dictate our decision to show up as we are and to do what we came here to do. And not trust. And it's hard. It's so hard. My heart goes out because I understand. I know. And I'm with you guys. Right? But if we're going to do this, if we're going to show up as a collective, if we're going to be there to change the circumstances that we don't like about the world that's causing us the discomfort we're having, we have to show up anyways. We have to show up anyways. And that is the biggest challenge we have right now. That is the biggest challenge we have right now. Myself included. Okay? Myself included. 6 of Wands, Chariot card, Queen of Wands, 4 of Cups, and the Tower card. Because let me just tell you, it's not going to matter soon anyways. And I mean that with so much love. Whatever it is that feels missing in your life, that's going to be nothing. Nothing. And I know there's some serious things missing in people's lives, so I'm not taking it lightly. But sooner rather than later, that thing is going to be nothing compared to the changes we're going to see in the world. The shifts we're going to see in society. Firework just went off, as I said that. Firework just went off. Okay? New Year's is over. Just kidding. Okay? So we are being prepared. The reason why this is happening, right? Just for clarity, we're being prepared by God to put away the excuses, to put away the fears, to put away the justifications, to put away the missing reason as to why, and to go out and show up as we are, confident, strong, and in a leadership form in your life, however that ends up being, despite that thing that's missing, because God wants to know, are you on board? Are you on board right now? Or are you going to wait? Do you feel you need to wait for whatever that thing is to show up in your life? Are you on board with this? Do you know why you're here? You're not doing it because what? That's what he's saying. You're not doing it because what? That's nothing. That can be delivered to you in an instant. Even though when it's missing from our lives, it feels tremendous, right? It feels huge, like a tidal wave. But we're being conditioned right now to rise up despite not having that, so we can be prepared for the time when we truly have to not have certain things in order to be ourselves. And I'm talking more societally, right? Societally. What happens if and when this financial system crashes? What happens if and when the economic or the medical system crashes? What happens if and when fill in the blank? We have to be ready. We have to be leaders. This is a collective. If you're watching this right now, you are a collective leader. There's no doubt about it in my mind and heart. There's no doubt about it. You are a collective leader. So you are being prepared as a leader that you are. You are being put through the hardest fucking times because you are such a leader. You wouldn't be put through such difficult times if you were not a leader. That's why you're being forged through the fire at this moment in time, even though it sucks and is scary sometimes. And I'm with you on that one. 3 final cards. 8 of Cups, the Moon, and the Knight of Cups. So leave your fears behind. And in this moment, embrace the path of the most unknown. Right in front of you. Embrace, try to feel that path, whatever that is for you in this particular moment. Okay? Whatever that path for you is in this particular moment, do your best to, and I want you to feel it. And you could say, that unknown shit, not knowing that scares the crap out of me, right? Scares the living heck out of me. And I've got to embrace it. I'm here to embrace it. This is the message for you. I have to embrace this. As uncomfortable as it is, I have to embrace this moment. And I have to be prepared and know that I'm being prepared and preparing for leadership by walking this path that no one else wants to walk. Even though it's not fun, we can have fun along the way. And there may be others around you that are having more fun than you. Okay, let me know if you can relate. Maybe you guys are seeing people on Instagram or TikTok and they're having the time of their lives and they're enjoying, or they're traveling, or they're doing this and that. Okay, and you're being forged through the shit. Okay, you're being forged through the fire. All right, and you're like, what the hell? Why is this my reality? Yeah, why is this happening to me? It's happening to you because you are going to lead and save that person who has no idea what's really going on. You are here to lead them back into themselves, back into sanity, back into awareness, okay? So just know, that's why. That's why. They want you to know. The guides and angels, Mary Magdalene, archangels, they want you to know. 7 of Cups, final advice cards, Knight of Swords. We'll draw some more as well because I have some more questions here. Okay, 8 of Swords behind on the bottom of the deck. Leave that behind. Leave that feeling of I'm stuck, and because I'm stuck I'm unworthy, or because I'm not doing that or being that I'm unworthy. No. If there's nothing to do right now, don't do anything. Okay? Trust me. If there's nothing to do, if there's nothing showing up for you right now, and it's just a bunch of nothingness, then do nothing. And love that. Love yourself. It's the time to do nothing for a little bit. And just be with yourself. And then await for clarity to arise. And it will arise. And that's why I told that story at the beginning of this live stream, is because it arises on its own, right? Like I didn't have to do anything. It just came through, and I knew God was saying, you got to go live. Okay? Through them. And embrace the crazy too, because for some of us, and I'll just say, for some of us, we're a little afraid, to embrace the full craziness of what's happening around us. Like maybe there's things that are coming into our consciousness or our reality that are so far-fetched, that our logical mind, so crazy that our logical mind cannot even possibly fathom that thing being true. Yeah. Maybe you heard some conspiracy and you're like, oh my Lord Jesus, like that cannot, or some spiritual truth, right? Or some guide came to you, or you've had some vision or something like that. And you're like, this is too much. This is crazy. I'm just going to ignore that thing that ever happened. I didn't hear that. I didn't see that. Nope. I'm going to turn away. Okay. I'm going to walk that way because that is way too crazy. Embrace the craziness right now. Okay. That's all I can say is right now, the craziest things, the most unbelievable things are happening in the world and in society. Things that we would have never dreamed or imagined would have happened ever. And they're happening. Okay. So embrace the craziness, embrace the unknown, embrace the discovery of those things as well, both within yourself and outside of you as well, and go for it anyways. Let that turn you on. Let that excite you. Turn you on in an exciting way, right? Let that turn you on. Let that activate you. And say, whoa. And just like you were a little kid, right? Back when we were little kids, we're like there'd be some crazy things we'd imagine or conjure up in our heads, and it'd make us excited. right? Like, for instance, if you thought, who thought, like back when Harry Potter was a thing, you know, and they read the first Harry Potter book, and they're like, oh my God, I'm a wizard too. And you're like, I'm going to get a letter. Anytime, any one of these days, I'm going to get that letter. And I'm going to be going to Hogwarts. And that's going to be it. I got to say goodbye to my family. And you got so excited because of the possibility that you were going to actually go to Hogwarts, or at least your fantasy world, right? It's like, let those things that are actually coming true now, spiritually speaking, emotionally speaking, and let those excite you. Because for some of us, it's just a matter of doubt. It's a matter of doubting what is actually truly showing up and real inside of our minds, inside of our spirit, inside of our emotions, and blocking the natural excitement that is going to come, that comes from trusting that that thing is real. Yeah. Because once that Harry Potter thing was put down, right, and I, you know, whoever it was, you know, my friend or my dad or whatever it was like, hey, that's not going to happen, son. You got to get your butt to sports practice. Well, we kind of put those things away, right? We kind of said, well, I better not let that get me excited again, even though some of us had an amazing imagination. And it's time to let that loose again. It's time to let our imagination and the things we're perceiving about the world and the possibilities coming in to genuinely excite us, and to not doubt, to not bring that energy of doubt in anymore for anything. Too much has happened. Too much has been revealed. Okay? For us to doubt the reality of any truth that comes in. All right, last three cards here of advice. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles here. Sometimes just being there for someone else, just sharing, speaking, and just being there for someone else. Six of Pentacles, Ace of Swords here, and the Three of Pentacles is enough. If you don't have whatever you have to give, you always have your energy or your speech, right? Most of us have our speech, thank God. Sometimes that is enough. If you are wondering how you can give back, how you can genuinely help change people's lives, genuinely help your neighbor, just by showing up and being there. And that will be enough. That will be enough. Especially for those of us who don't have a lot of extra to give in terms of finances or other resources, right? If we still want to give, we can give with our energy. And that is the final message for this particular reading. Allow someone to find you, or allow the opportunity to find you that is asking for a donation of your energy, and allow yourself to give that energy, because that is the spark that you're looking for. That is the spark that you're looking for. Okay. All right. All right. That was the Channel Tarot reading. Thank you guys so much for listening and enjoying that. Let's go over some questions here and just check in with the comments before we go into the astrology. So next up, we're going to be going into the astrological forecast and talking about what's going on in the stars and in the sky during this Mercury retrograde period, so we can be prepared and expect to see what's going on. Let's just check in with you guys. How are you guys doing? How's everyone feeling tonight? Is everyone feeling good out there? Yeah? I love it. Candace says, thank you, Brandon. You're very welcome. CJ says, totally sometimes. Awesome. Straight to the Heart says, yes, crazy is right. Candace says, Young says, I am. Angela Tarot, thank you. You're welcome. Awesome. Hannah, how's it going? I only just joined you live. I got everything I needed. Awesome. Good. Yeah, that was that last message was just for you. By the way, we were supposed to be done with the 3 cards before that final 3 cards. And then they're like, do 3 more cards. I think that was for Hannah. All right. So let's get into the astrology now. Okay. So this is going to shift focus a little bit from the, the tarot is just as a brief informational break here as I transition. The tarot is about hitting the current energy that we're all experiencing. Okay. So with the tarot reading, it's about soul development, soul messages, collective guidance, what they want you to know, right? I'm a channeler, I'm a guide, I'm a psychic. So I'm channeling the messages from them, okay? What they want you to know. And then it flows through me to benefit all of us, okay? Whatever, and it could be sometimes about love, sometimes about this, sometimes about that. My job is just to get out of the way. So that's the tarot. That's just the messages they want us to know as a collective. The astrology is going to be a little bit of forecast, speculation, or predictions about what we can see or sense coming forward, so we can kind of gain an overview of why we're here, okay? What we're doing here right now, where things are going, what we can expect to experience, okay? As well as sometimes I put in some little snippets of like how to check your own chart, which is kind of useful, I've found, for people. And it kind of always like, I'll talk about some stuff that aligns with what we're needing to know, okay? Especially if you guys know astrology. But let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this is up. Oops. There we go. All right. I'm going to give that a second, make sure it shows up on the YouTube properly. I do have the actual collective chart on YouTube. If you guys want a better view, you can check out my YouTube channel, Brandon Tobias. Okay. Looks like that's looking good. So I'm going to go switch back to the charts here. Okay. All right. First thing I'm going to look at is what's going on today astrologically, because the first day of the year, it's a very special year, always dictates the rest of the year. So if you've had a shitty day, I apologize. Doesn't mean the rest of your year is going to be shitty. But there may be some challenges or maybe symbolic of other things outside of you that are breaking down or what have you. So let's go ahead and look and see what's going on. First day of the year, and see what this 2023, the symbol, the theme of this is going to be. And yes, thank you so much. I think, Natalie, thank you. Please tap the screen. Please like the video. It does help attract more viewers. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for all that stuff. I do really appreciate it. Everyone, thank you so much. If you guys appreciate that, then thank you for your donations. All right. So I'm going to turn off the flux here so we can have a better look. There we go. All right. So right now as we speak, Moon is conjunct Uranus in the North Node, all in Taurus. Okay. And we've got a lot of retrogrades going on. So we've got Uranus and the North Node in retrograde right now collectively. Obviously, we've got Mercury retrograde is the one most people know. I believe Mars is also retrograde. Yes, Mars is also retrograde. So what does that mean? Well, when planets are retrograde, we're going to get that feeling of heaviness. We're going to get that feeling of being stuck. And we're going to get that feeling of internal density, right? I don't know if you guys know what I mean by this, but like, it's just like we're not feeling fully connected or tuned with ourselves fully because the planets are wanting to turn us inward. Yeah. So we're feeling more in tune with the internal density than we normally are, not just to annoy us, but so that we can actually take our consciousness, go into that and transmute it more effectively. So the first thing I'll share generally is incredible time for transmutation of internal layers and density inside of us, generally speaking, when it comes to our motivation, Mars, when it comes to our clarity about ourselves and the world and our job, Mercury, when it comes to our destiny and our purpose, North Node, when it comes to our business or freedom or our internal unique genius, Uranus, okay? Fantastic time to get clarity on those things right now. So please take advantage of the fact that this Mercury retrograde is going to give you an opportunity to find those things. And please take the time as well to take alone time for yourself so you can just focus on these internal things. Okay? That's the first thing I'll say. Now, the moon is conjunct the Uranus here with the North Node. So it's almost like we are all pretty set and or focused collectively on where we're headed or our destiny or our soul purpose right now, or just really like what is it we're here to do, right? Like there's this emotional desire to understand and to feel into what our collective purpose is, or at least how it is we can contribute to society. Okay. And with Taurus here, right, it's kind of like wanting us to be able to do that, but also in a way that's going to suit our needs and in a very materialistic way. Because the one thing that showed up in the tarot reading was, well, I want to show up as this, but I don't know if this brings in Taurus what I need to survive or what I need to enjoy, right? The materialistic aspect. So it's a very important theme going on right now in the astrology. Now, the ruler of Taurus here is Venus, and Venus is sitting in Capricorn conjunct Pluto. So this is really intense, emotionally transforming opportunity of time that's saying, hey, we know you want the material security or the material abundance or to be provided what you need here. Okay. But with Pluto here, it's the more aligned or in discovery of your unique mission and or your unique responsibility, right? Capricorn here. Saturn's also in Aquarius here. So your unique responsibility for society, the more abundance will flow to you. Okay. So let's break that down for a second. So the question we should ask is, do I have a responsibility? And if so, what would that responsibility be for the collective overall? Based on my skills, my experiences, my knowledge, my wisdom, what responsibility, what dharma, what karma do I have that I need to fulfill, even if it's hard, scary, even if there's no money, right? Even if it's I'm going to get judged for it, okay? What is that particular thing? And question number 2 is, are you willing to risk, okay, or to step into that responsibility, that karma, in order to reap the reward, okay, of everything you could ever need to survive and to be provided for, okay? Because the energy here is actually telling me, and truthfully, right, it's Sun's here with the vertex here, Sun with the vertex, and then let me see the other one. Where's Jupiter? Jupiter here is in Aries, beautiful. And then Mars, which rules Aries, is conjunct the MC in Gemini. Okay. So what the energy is telling me here is the abundance energy, the destiny changing energy. If you want to change your destiny, if you want to change how you feel right now, if you want to change feeling stuck, if you want to change, your circumstances overall, it's not about changing the external things. It's not about going out and saying, oh, I want that new car, or I want to, move to that new home, or I want to do that. No, it's about, where have I not stepped into and taken responsibility for my gifts and stepped into that destiny in order to receive from without, okay? That's as specific as I can get with that is, we all know, yes, go within. We've been saying that, but specifically where we can look right now for opportunity is, what do we feel inside of us that we have where there's a responsibility or a karma to give back to the world because people need it from you and because it's your duty and because no one else can do it just like you, in order to feel the tangible shift of external circumstances and abundance and material resources that you need in order to survive and thrive, okay? So that's the first part of this, right? That's a very strong, powerful. There's a couple. It's all about questions in astrology, right? So I want you guys to practice asking those questions of, and questions can really change the way we perceive something. So what am I responsible for? Yeah. And maybe that's nothing. Maybe you don't feel responsible for anything or anyone, and that's okay. But then I want you to go deeper, because we all signed up for something here. We're not here just to sit around and twiddle our thumbs, right, while things are dying around us. We're here to serve in some way. And yes, enjoy it along the way, for sure. Huge fan of that. Huge fan of enjoyment here. But also there's some way we can serve. Okay. All right. Let's move along. So, by the way, this Mercury retrograde will be, I'm just going to get to the end of Mercury. So it'll be on the 17th, I believe. Someone said, Straight to the Heart says, Brandon, my North Node is in Taurus. What does this mean? Well, I have to know the sign and then where your Venus is at, because Venus rules Taurus, to know like more of a definitive answer. But generally speaking, I would say, you guys just saw my, I'm sharing the screen, so you guys got to see my YouTube stats. Generally speaking, I would say that your focus, right, part of the theme of your focus there for North Node in Taurus is about learning your own value, self-value, learning to live life and enjoy the value of material goods, materialistic goods, okay, of money, of food, of earthly things, okay, learning to really enjoy the pleasure of that and love the value of that, versus maybe like other esoteric or ultra deep things that aren't really physical things, right? So yeah, there's more to that. We can dive in. If I had your chart, I'd give more detail. But by the way, if you guys want a reading from me, those are available at brandontobias.com. So personal tarot readings, personal astrology readings, one-on-one live theta healing sessions, those are all open. All right. So we go with Mercury retrograde until the 17th here. Yeah. Or we'll just say the 18th. What I want to do is want to look at the 18th, and then we'll work our way back. Okay. And what we'll do from that is we'll kind of surmise like, all right, 18th, here's the ending of Mercury retrograde. We just looked at the first, which is kind of near the start. We'll work our way back and kind of go over the themes, and then we'll summarize at the end what we need to be prepared for over these next 2 to 3 weeks, which I think is going to be a pretty epic ride here. Okay, so January 18th, 2023, Mercury retrograde ends the same day that Sun is in a conjunction with Pluto here in Capricorn, opposing Lilith. Okay, that's pretty big time. We've also got Venus in Aquarius conjunct the vertex, collective vertex, with Saturn. Jupiter conjunct Juno, which is interesting. And then Mars, which also pulls out of retrograde by that time, still in Gemini, 8 degrees Gemini. Let me just say this. There's going to be a profound deepening of both our legacy, okay? Like your personal legacy, as well as our personal power through the what's the word I'm trying to think of, like the arrival of our personal legacy. Like our personal power is going to strengthen because we've realized that we've brought up from the depths what our personal legacy is. Okay, Sun conjunct Pluto here, opposing Lilith, which is the shadow of society in terms of maybe feeling depressed or not feeling worthy or feeling like we don't have a purpose. Okay. So there's going to be a split, and that split's going to happen like this. One half of the collective is going to be really going deep and strengthening that legacy and really stepping into their truth and really kind of here to stand, right? Here to stand strong, here to really speak from within in a very deep and very inspiring way. And the other half, the shadow half, okay, the half who chooses to maybe not bring light to that shadow, is going to oppose that. There's going to be an opposition created there by the end of Mercury retrograde around, fuck it all. It's not worth it anyways. We might as well give up and die. That's really just the energy that I'm getting here. Okay. And you may already feel that shadow now. Okay. And we all have the shadow. Oppositions in the collective astrology are about choices, because part of the collective is going to go one way and part of the collective is going to go the other way. And it's just a matter of what the planet has to experience in order to learn particular lessons. So you may be facing people, right, who are just done. Okay, for lack of a better word, they're just giving up. They're just saying nope. And in addition to that, with that nope, I'm going to take others down around with me. Okay, shadow here of Lilith energy with the earth. And there's going to be another part of the collective here as well that I'm feeling that's going to like feed into that. And it's also going to have to, right, it's like this kind of woke-ish mentality, right, of like, you know, yeah, you deserve to just do nothing because it's not worth it anyways, or because there's nothing we could do to change it, or because nothing ever gets done, or the bad guys never go to jail kind of mentality, right? So we might as well just give up and die. It's like, no, that's not going to happen. That's not what we are. We're here to do it anyways, right? We're here to stand strong anyways. We're here to dig in deep and really shout our legacy, shout what we're here about. No matter what, no matter how silly or weird it seems, we're here to speak it out, okay? So there's going to be a select group that is called to stand strong into that here, or you're going to be feeling pillared more deeply into what your principles, really is what I'm getting, your principles of what you stand what you stand for. Now, similarly, right, back in 2020 when we had the great the great split, all right, the great collective split over vaccinated, unvaccinated, right? We noticed some family members literally shunned people because they had made a certain choice, and then the other half got shunned as well. And that's kind of what I'm, a similar repeated vibe here I'm getting is like there's going to be this attempt of collective shunning if you disagree, or if you are trying to go against the narrative, or if you are trying to stand strong in your truth versus the societal kind of projected truth here. So it's going to be a lot of weird things coming up and happening after Mercury retrograde, definitely. Because this Mercury retrograde's, I feel, going to really dig up a lot of shit along with the truth, right? Along with our personal power. But there's going to be a lot of, I sense there's going to be a lot of like distractions, okay? And like misinformation, right? I know that word's tossed around a lot, but when I say that, I mean specifically information that's put out there on purpose to distract the public eye from being aware of the truth. Okay, that's what I specifically mean. Not like someone puts out a fact that they believe is true that ends up being slightly wrong. That's not misinformation. That's just an opinion that's, you know, not all the way correct. Misinformation or disinformation, I look at it as disinformation, right? It's like people trying to distract. So anyways, there's going to be a lot of that. And as we move back, right, let me kind of see where this goes, this track goes, okay? And some of you guys may already know this as well, but January 6th, /7th and 8th should also be relatively intense as well. Let me hope to explain why here. I believe it was having to do, oh yeah. So on the 6th, Let me just make sure my calculations here are correct. Yeah. There was Lilith here. Okay. So on the 8th, Lilith goes into Leo, right? It's first degree or first 0 degrees Leo. Okay, so first time in going there. But all the while leading up to that, okay, we're getting this opposition between Pluto and Lilith as well, right? Leading into all of that. Okay, leading into all of that. And then I believe, let me just make sure. That's right. And then Sun hits, or Mercury hits the Sun. Okay, good. So Mercury hits the Sun, conjunct. Lilith here moves into Leo. And then Lilith is also at that same time opposing Pluto by 3 degrees. Okay, come January 8th here. So what that tells me is that's going to be the start, in my opinion, of certain types of information coming out to light that's either going to stir the pot a little bit or distract people or really give people a reason to get riled up, okay? And I believe the theme of that information coming out is going to be some type of either expose, some type of exposure, or some type of criminal act that's kind of coming to light, or some type of mystery that's solved is the other words that are coming to me at this moment in time. Okay. And what it's going to do is it's going to set people into this energy, right? This way of being for 2023 and moving into 2023 of what else is there to find out? What else is there to do? What else is there to know that we don't already know right now? Okay. And now it's time to look. Okay. So if you've been feeling like it may be time for you to begin investigating into a certain area or doing research about certain things or finding out the truth, or you've been kind of having hunches about stuff in a certain direction, all of that's going to be strengthened and start to really proliferate come the 6th, the 7th through the 8th and beyond until it culminates, right? Culminates at the end of Mercury retrograde with that Pluto conjunct the Sun, because this research we begin to do as a collective, or it's not so much research, but this investigative energy, right? This investigation energy into finding the truth or to going deeper within, right? Going deeper into certain subject matter that we're curious about that's happening within society. For some of us, as I mentioned, right, at the end of Mercury retrograde, it puts them into this shadow state of, I don't want to know, that's not true, I'm blinded by that, and it doesn't matter anyways, I'd rather just die. And for some of us, it's going to turn into, oh no, we know the truth, now we are strengthened in our conviction to speak up about it, right, to stand for something, to stand for our principles, and to move forward with that. So you will know what that is in time. You will know what that is throughout the course of this Mercury retrograde. Whatever it is you're here to investigate or to find out or to speak about or to be, right? It's meant to strengthen your personal legacy, strengthen your personal power, strengthen your ability to stand confidently in who you are. Okay? And then, right, your choice or your decision after that, I'm guessing, I haven't looked at the astrology yet, but I'm guessing will be to either speak up about that and share that with the public, right, if you feel it's time, and face the opposition of the shadow of humanity that's going to come after you and say, you know, you shouldn't be saying those things, or you're an idiot for saying those things, or it's untrue, or we'd rather just not look at that and put our heads in the sand kind of energy, or to say, no, I am not putting my head in the sand. This is the truth. And when you're ready to look at it, you should look at it. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So that's January 8th. And then the last kind of, interesting thing that happens here on tomorrow, actually, okay, that's happening right now, is Venus is actually moving. So Mars is still retrograde, but Venus is actually moving from the sign of Capricorn into Aquarius. Saturn is the traditional ruler of Aquarius here. It's also in Aquarius. And then Uranus, obviously, as we mentioned, is in Taurus, okay? So there's some strong planetary energy here in Aquarius to know about. When Venus enters into Aquarius, it's going to help. It's going to help with feeling more at ease in both identifying and speaking up, or leading others, transmitting information about the real reason you were here. Yeah, it's going to give a better, more comfortable energy of sitting in kind of this outside of the box, upper echelon kind of information and transmitting that. Okay. So if you felt kind of uneasy or uncomfortable speaking about things like that are kind of out of the ordinary, or a kind of an overview, right, for people, that's going to start to move into a more comfortable way of being, to give you the confidence to be able to pursue certain types of information, research or subjects that you're here to be strengthened by. And now, last thing I'll say about this is everyone's going to have their really specific niche. And I shouldn't say ultra specific, but pretty specific niche is what I'm being told, of what they're going to be studying or mastering, like their subject matter within society generally moving forward, that might be different from their career, or might be different from what they were doing before, right? Like, for instance, you guys know me, right? Like, as a channeler and a tarot reader, astrologer, things like that. But I might have a particular specialty that I go into that I'm talking about when it comes to, say, vaccines, or when it comes to, mandates or the law or whatever it's going to be for me. And you might have something as well that you're really starting to specialize in. And what they're showing me is it's almost like the special ops team of, the special ops teams are forming of information specialists, right, moving forward for the years to come. So whatever it is you start to learn or gain information about outside of your regular work or your way of maybe earning income, that's going to start and start to really progress soon, because it's going to be needed as time goes on. Okay, you're going to be needed for that information as time goes on. Okay, so get ready for that. Get ready for the big secondary mastery reveal. That's what I'm really being shown, like your secondary subject matter being revealed, that you're here to really be about. Yeah, it's kind of like North Node energy, right? Like what you're going towards rather than what you came here to be. Okay. All right. Let's start to close out here. This was a amazing live. I want to spend some time just hanging out for a second and answer any questions that you guys might have, or just chat for a second here before we pop off. It's 10 o'clock over here, so it's a good time to wind down. But thank you guys for showing up here. I hope this was helpful to you. The replay of this will be on my YouTube channel, Brandon Tobias, if you guys want to go watch it back and watch the messages a couple more times. Many people say they watch it a couple more times. They get different messages every time for what they need. And we'll go from there. So Angela Taro says, sounds like a spiritual warfare in the retrograde. Yeah, I believe the intensifying, or a more obvious kind of, reveal of the spiritual warfare that's already happening definitely in the retrograde, Angela Taro. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Suzanne the nurse says, I record. Awesome. Outstanding. I draw a tarot card each month / justice. Amazing. Good. Yeah, justice has been a big one for sure. Bridget says, oh, I'm standing strong, just spreading my wings at 39 years young. Found me now. Found what I need. Awesome. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Blue says, hell no, I feel the best of my life. Awesome. Good, good, good. Beautiful stuff. Happy New Year from New Zealand. Spreading kindness and confetti. Awesome. Angela says, does the astrology show any global weather concerns, shifts coming in? I got to be honest with you, Angela. I'll just be straightforward. I actually don't know how to read the weather in astrology. I've never, ever looked. That's one thing funny enough, I've never looked into that, so I would have no idea. Yeah, that's the best. I would try, but I have literally no background on how to even begin that. So sorry, I don't know. I can't tell you. But it looks like what I can see, it's going to be pretty intense for the next week or two. Thank you, Straight to the Heart. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up here. Yeah, today. Awesome. Vanessa says, 1:03 p.m. feeling need of realignment at the moment. Kind of intense. Yes, it's an intense time. It is definitely an intense time. You're welcome, Angela. You're welcome. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out so much. I really appreciate it. If you want a personal reading with me, I do soul purpose astrology readings. I do channel tarot readings for up to 3 questions that you have for me that you want me to channel from your angels and guides. And I also do one-on-one live theta health healing sessions where we get to the root of the emotional issue that's causing you physical illness, and we heal that within a matter of 60 minutes. All of that and more is available on my website, brandontobias.com. You can follow me at BT Speaks and on TikTok and on YouTube. And I'm glad you guys were here to catch me as I came back. Jess says, Brandon, I'm so grateful you were called back to this. I love you so much, and this reading was more than needed. Awesome, Jess. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Awesome. All right, guys. I love you all. Until next time.